Greetings, friends. It's been a while, and welcome to the drive home. Sorry it's been so long, but I got sick, as in case you couldn't figure that out from the last video. And I stayed home, and when I stay home, there's no drive home, because I'm already home. And yeah, I worked from home, and today was my first day going back. And I feel much better now. Not 100%. Still got a little bit of sinus issues, and a little bit of a cough. Basically interrupting most of my coworkers with the loud foghorn that is me blowing my nose. I've also noticed that I have failed to put tissues in my Jeep, so you guys are just going to have to deal with it. I'm too stuffed up to sniff, so I won't be pulling a Trump, so don't worry about that. Anyways, on to topics. Things to talk about. One that came up was what sort of gaming setting or world would be rich and mostly untapped for video games. And there's one I would really like to see. This came up a little while ago. Saw this great, was it Korean? Maybe it's Korean, maybe it's Chinese. I don't remember. It was a movie on Netflix called The Pirates. And it was about pirates. It was kind of funny, kind of neat, actiony. I really liked it. I highly recommend it. Go watch it. But it was about pirates in the South China Sea during, I think it was like the 1100s or something like that. But that is a completely untapped setting. I have never seen anything about piracy in the South China Sea to the level that we always see, Pirates of the Caribbean and that area and realm. And it really saddens me that the whole, I guess you would call it Eastern Pirates thing is just so untapped and untouched. And I was thinking to myself, what sort of a game would I really like? And one thing that a lot of people talk about that they don't see in video games as much as they wish they did, which is where choices matter. But on the same hand, we have, like who you join up with. But we also have like Fallout, where you can kind of be with all the different groups, but you do reach a certain point where as soon as you join, you do like a particular mission with one of the groups, you basically kicked yourself out of all the others. You become hated by the rest of them, either because you go in and wipe them out, or because you do an action that's in direct conflict with them, and they're like, well, we don't like you anymore. And I always thought it would be really interesting if you had a game like that where you can kind of play nice with all the groups, and you could actually do things where if you thought ahead enough to change your outfit or change your ship, since we're talking about piracies, or pirate games, change your ship, change the color of your ship, what flags you're flying, stuff like that. If you thought enough ahead about that when you did a quest, that the other group wouldn't know it was you in particular, and you could continue playing both sides for a while. But either you were super particular about it and remembered every single time to change your colors and stuff to the point where you could always play all the sides, or the longer you held that up, when you eventually slipped, the bigger the outfall from the other groups you would get. Like you've been playing 2 or 3 sides against each other for so long, and the one time you forgot to really change the colors, or you're doing a particular mission where you're going against 2 different groups, so there's no way your colors and outfit and dress and all that other stuff could be changed enough to ensure from both groups that you weren't who they thought you were. You just get to a point where they're like, they trusted you for so long, and then this happened, that it's just like, oh, screw you, buddy, you're gone. Although it would be neat if, even with all that, there is some way, just through the factions, through the side planes, you're able to progress through the entire storyline until the very end, where either all the groups are nice with you, or you betray all the groups all at the same time. They're just like, oh, screw it, we've been had. They got us good. But yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see both of those things in a game. I'd like to see a really good, careful consideration for like your costuming and color choices beyond just this is, aesthetics. That would be a very interesting thing to see. I know in some I think it was actually New Vegas. They tried to do that, where if you wore a particular faction's outfit, excuse me, you wore a particular faction's outfit, you could kind of sneak by the guys. But I mean, really early on in the game, where you're supposed to talk to some sheriff that's been holed up in a prison that's being overrun by, or taken over by the prisoners at this point. Even if you're wearing a prison outfit, or what the armor of the prison group, the gangers, I think they're called. Maybe? I don't remember. But even if you're wearing that outfit and you really haven't had any conflict with them, except for maybe trying to protect the main, the town you start in, you have a conflict there, but you freaking kill everybody, so who's to report back? Even if you're wearing the outfit, you can't get past the guard. The guard instantly will shoot on you, and it's not a thing where you can, try to weasel your way out of it by saying the right things or anything like that. No, you step too close to him and he immediately starts shooting at you. There's no, hey, don't I know you, or you're not so-and-so, or whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is, it doesn't work. And I'd like to see more of a consideration of things of that nature where you could actually fool people. And also, when you commit a violation against a group and there are no witnesses, see survivors, or anything of that nature, it shouldn't come back on you. Now, keep in mind, should stuff like this come to that point, there should be at least one or two guys who understand that shit is going down and leave. And you're so wrapped up in combat you can't catch them, or something along those lines. But again, careful consideration. If you're able to pull it off, fine, nobody reports back, and therefore no witnesses, and therefore nobody knows what happened. All they know is that their group got wiped out, but nobody knows who did it. But yes, all this could easily come into play in a game based around South China Sea piracy, and I would love to see that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Not only would you have, the pirate stuff, and by all means use the pirate engine or the sailing mechanics or whatever that they had in Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue, because let's face it, the piracy was the best part of those games. But you could also add in really fun martial arts and different martial arts styles for when you're boarding the ships and just on normal ground combat and things like that. And then you'd have, like group management, like you'd either work for one of the factions until you're able to build up enough power and then create your own faction, things of that nature. And I think that would be really fun. I think that'd make for a great game. As you can also see, our weather has changed. It's now nice and cloudy and rainy, and so I might actually need to get a light of some sort to shine on me so that we don't get this really nasty, dark, grainy stuff that's going on right now. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Get a cup of something hot to drink, curl up on the couch, and I'll see you at home.